The uneasing Libya situation has posed great pressure on the global oil supply. How will it affect the oil market in the long run? We have experts' opinions.
In an exclusive interview with CNC, Phil Flynn, senior markets analyst with PFG Best in Chicago, shares his views on the global oil market. He says Libya produces about 1.6 million barrels of oil per day and is the 14th biggest oil producer in the world. The unrest in Libya, which has halted its oil export, will certainly affect the global economy. Phil Flynn expresses concern if the unrest spread to Saudi Arabia or other oil-producing countries, it would definitely have a great impact on the global oil supply. Flynn adds that it's possible to see the crude oil price come back to $147 per barrel if situation gets worse.
I think it's possible, especially if this spreads into a country like Saudi Arabia. I mean, let's face it, what's the reason why we're not at $147 a barrel right now is that a country like Saudi Arabia, the world's largest producer, has pledged to make up for any lost oil that came out of Libya. So we have that buffer right now, but as you know, Saudi Arabia has been under a lot of criticism for getting involved in Bahrain and their uprising. The country of Iran is very upset with Saudi Arabia, so that's increasing tension in the region. And in fact, I believe that Kuwait actually has offered to moderate the differences between the Bahrainian people and the Bahrainian government. So what I'm saying here is that we can't afford really to lose Saudi Arabia, and we probably really can't afford to see unrest spread to another major oil-producing country, because if we do, I think that could very easily push those prices up to $147 again.
Flynn also talks about the impact of recent airstrike on Libya's oil export and production.
So far, it seems that it's had a moderating impact on oil, because recent reports seem to suggest that the rebels are getting back to the very important oil-producing areas. In fact, just today, the rebels basically said that they could produce up to 100,000 to 150,000 barrels of oil right now, and if things continue to calm down a bit, they may be able to increase that to 300,000 barrels. So we're, right after the war, the oil coming out of Libya fell to a trickle. Now we're seeing the oil production go back up. And there's a lot of concern that Muammar Gaddafi will try to destroy the oil fields or, cause some type of sabotage because he's a sore loser, basically. But right now, there's a lot of hope that perhaps we can see some stability and more oil production.
Crude prices have risen sharply since the unrest started in Libya in mid-February, jumping as high as $106.95 a barrel earlier this month.